Hmm. Uh, Minimum of four. Yep. It can technically work with three, but I don't think it works very well. Um, no. Uh, mhm. Yes. So, hello everyone. Me and Dalek are testing out a custom Magic the Gathering format that I created and have spent more time trying to get people to play than actually designing. Um, though I did spend quite a bit of time designing it. I've like redone some of these decks like two or three times to like make them work a bit better. Um, because of various times I realized, oh wait, I didn't include any like interaction in this deck or that deck and stuff like that. I tried my best. So let's talk about what this game is, and then we'll get to how we play it. So this game, we we basically all at the start of this game, we have two decks over here. One that has a few extra cards, these playing card decks, and this one that has four in it. How this will work? Yes, each color has their own cards. Yes, I did that so that we didn't have to make our own decks because I wanted to test this because it half of this format is about how the decks are supposed to be designed. And that's a process that takes a long time, and I didn't want to have to explain to everybody how it works. So I did leave a document on how that works. I don't know if anybody ended up making any decks in the short period of time that we had, but I digress. I didn't think you. I didn't think you would. It took me a while to make any of these. So these decks, each of them are themed around a certain sort of like design. There's the doppelganger deck. There's the werewolf deck. There's the Eldrazi deck, which is kind of scary. There's the vampire deck. There's the slime deck, and there's the sea monster deck. Um, the the way this game works is that when after we all pick a role, we all uh, keep that role to ourselves. We don't show each other. In this deck of four cards, there's one role that is the monster, which is the Joker card, and the other roles that are not. And uh, what we do then is you'll notice that each of these decks has 90 cards in it, and then in the commander slots, there's a 60 card deck and there's a 20 card deck. What we what we do is that once we have selected our deck, gotten our roll, we will take 20 cards from the I'm sorry, 10 cards from the 20 card deck and choose those and put shuffle them into our 90 card deck to make a 100 card deck. And then we'll just play the game as like a normal free for all game. As soon as one player is eliminated, one or more, players who are eliminated will flip their cards, and if any of them have the Joker or the monster role as it's described, we win the game. If they do not have that, the monster role player will then flip their card and expose the fact that they are the monster. And it becomes a whoever is left in the game versus that player kind of game. And they immediately start off by, let's see, where did I write it down? They, yes, they immediately gain 10 life. The turn ends immediately, and they start their turn regardless of what player's turn it is. Just it skips in turn order. They exile their entire library and put the monster deck into play as their library. They draw 7, then discard down to 7, and then it's everybody against that one, pretty much. Hmm. Yes. Um. Yes. Yes. Life gain. Also because it's easier to get like 50 damage. Yes, all legendary creatures that you control. Hmm. When the monster player begins and they are revealed as the monster, it resets, and they have 70 from all players. Um, yes, they have the ability to, like, on their turn, at the beginning of their turn, they can't do it at any other time. They can choose to reveal their life total doesn't change. They still replace their monster deck, draw 7, discard down to hand size, and then play out the rest of their turn. You can also accuse somebody. If you This is literally Among Us. You Yes, the monster decks are very strong. The main decks are like 100 cards with like $30. The monster decks are 60 cards, mostly gas, and are $70. No, they say you keep your stuff. Yes, yep, and discard down to 7. Yep, you yes you want to find the monster, or kill them first. You don't want to accidentally get into a position where they've accrued a whole bunch of material, decide to flip, and then you have to fight them. Yep. We can choose to change before we start if anybody was like, I didn't really think about this. I just sat down. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I started watching that a while back. I didn't finish it though. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a elf ball deck that turns into a slime ball deck. No, there's the sea monster that is, this krakens and such. Yeah, it is. It is fish. It's merfolk, tribal, and then it's sea monsters. Yeah, that's the one you don't want to become the monster. Like, yeah, it's a very hard one to fight against. Uh, the werewolf. Yeah, the werewolf is. See, the thing with the werewolf deck, the sideboard is mostly stacks. But the werewolves themselves are just the werewolf cards. So it's like it's rough. Yeah. Because the sideboard for them is basically to try to set up so that they can constantly keep it to be nighttime as best as you can, which is, a big ask, but it's possible. Um, yeah. Yes. I gotta see how it works too. I guess I'll play Doppelganger because that's what everybody expects of me, and it's yellow, and I did that intentionally. That I am curious how the Eldrazi goes, but it's mostly really interesting when they actually are the monster, and then somehow the non-monsters have to survive. Um, no, just what the other two are there for if there's like 5 or 6 players, and we if there's five, we take out. Uh, yeah. So if there's one other player, we put the extra Joker in, and there's two monsters. If there's 6 players, we just put the rest in, and yeah, then there's two monsters, and yes, yes, yep. So we just shuffle this one, and then we will. Dalek, would you like to deal to everyone? Okay. I can also. Uh, for some reason. Let's try that again. Let's try that one more time. Unfortunate. Hmm. But I don't understand is why I can keep seeing people's hands. Oh, that's what it is. I as well do indeed. Now we from the 20 cards. Yeah. No, you look through them. You get to pick them. Um. Yep. Mm-hmm. There is a strategy behind what cards you choose from this, and which ones you don't. Mm-hmm. Ideally, and there are also elves that die for any color. Is this really only a pile of? Yeah, that's really still just 8 cards, huh? It it does help to know what the cards are in the deck, um, which I have an unfair advantage in. Um, mhm, okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh, let's do that at start since we all don't exactly know what our decks are. Um, thanks. It's decided not to mulligan for me. Okay, I'll just draw normally then. Yep. Well, there's a lot of basics because, well, it has to be a $30 deck. Uh, well, I got nothing but lands there, and I don't think that's what I want. No, nope. This is Canadian Highlander. Cards detected. Detected in the. Oh, that's why. If you have your playing card in the mulligan space or in your like area, you can't mulligan. Yeah, some of us are playing very Wooburgy decks and others not quite so much, so you have to be kind of wise about your deck. That sounds about right. There's a little bit of blue in your deck. Actually, no, I don't remember exactly what. I believe the werewolf and the slime and the uh sea monster are kind of the most. Hmm, this is playable. It's a lot of lands. So actually, no. Okay, okay. This is playable now. All right. I think. Hopefully, the land base gets me the ability to actually play the cards in my hand. Uh, maybe. If I draw into land, I will. How how you doing, Biggie? Okay. Yeah, and we roll for randomly who goes first with this. So authorize me, Captain. promising. Yep. See, these are kind of the lands you got to do when you're this price point, though. Like, otherwise, it's just going to be a basic or like a 2 color that comes in tapped. Otherwise, hmm yep. I got solidarity with the werewolf player. I'm gonna play a vivid grove. They're they're colluding. I don't think it did pass. Oh, it will. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's a May ability. Yep. If only it didn't come in tapped. So I think a lot of the special lands in Avatar did come in tapped though. So see, we got good lands in here. I'm stretching with the term good, but yeah. Discarding's not always bad if you're the monster though, because you'll be able to get those cards back, whereas you exile your library. You don't exile your graveyard. Yeah. No. Yeah. There is like I tried to put recursion in each deck, but it's not easy. Yep. Sure. There, there are elves over here too. The mhm. Each elf on the battlefield. Oh, didn't think about that. Me neither. I'm just I'm just a humble storm player. Don't worry about me. All right. Um I'm gonna play a Vivid Marsh. It is basically the same land but in black. Yep. Didn't get super good lands, unfortunately. Understandable. Cool, I'll pass. I'll be able to do something next turn. Mm-hmm. Sure. She needs it. Clearly, she's on your team and mine. I've seen this card before. Most of my budget decks. Yes, they are commander. They are Canadian Highlander decks. Hmm. None of them really break. Yeah, like there's like a soul ring in a couple, and that's about it. Soul ring's 3 points. You get how many? I don't remember. I think it's 10. Yeah, Gwen has 4. Four spikes. Yep. It's kind of a merfolk aggro deck because there's a lot of island walk and making other lands islands. And then you just give island walk to all the sea monsters. They hit a lot harder. Sure. A lot of mana. Yeah. This is the big stuff in the main deck. This is the big stuff in the monster deck. The thing is, you're allowed to have big things in your main deck, but they have to fall under like certain typals, like natural creatures like elephants and such. Yes, yes. All the doppelgangers are in my monster deck. You won't unless you play again, because clearly you're not a monster. Um. So this turn, in terms of things I can play, um, yeah, yeah, probably. Or I could play this. Well, it is basic. Um, ironically, not even using it this turn. I don't think. Or should I? No, I should. No, 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 no. Tapping two. This one I don't need to take down. One of those is blue. The other is green for Quandrix Apprentice. As Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, which you're doing a lot in Storm, look at the top 3 cards of your library. If there's a land from among them, put it on into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in random order. Yep. It's the best I can offer at the moment. Pass. Yes. In the werewolf deck? How do you know that there's no basic planes? One second. I need to check if it's a glitch or not. Because sometimes that happens. It's it is a glitch. You have 6. Mm-hmm. It's in there, obviously, but there's a lot of board here. Gwyn doesn't have blockers. That will be crazy. I have no idea who the monster actually is from this board state currently, so I'm the one most likely to notice, um, because the tells are in the sideboard. Um, well, then you're playing a risky game. It's very obvious with the werewolf deck, but not so much for the others. Well, there are 10 synergistic cards, and then there are 10 group hug cards. Yeah, it's a tricky kind of thing, isn't it? And the monster could just pick group hug cards, and you would never be able to tell. It's a mind game. Mm-hmm. Sure. Rough. Yeah, that's the werewolf there. Yep. They do come in taps. You looking for planes? Good question. 5. I don't think there actually is in the elf ball deck. Unless you have cards that actually have white on them, I don't think there are. You were looking for swamps and not finding it? There should be 5 swamps in the deck. There are 41 lands. Be crazy if they were all at the bottom. Mm-hmm. But did you type swamp into the search bar? That's weird, because should no, I because I'm looking at the deck on Moxfield right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Would you excuse me to? Yeah, I want to do that. Just I don't know if there are white in the Eldrazi deck. No, there definitely are. Well, the main deck is full colors, but all of the rocks tap for colorless. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Yep, yep. Wait, I timed out but did load, so let me look through this while I'm timed out. Yes. Why no swamp? That doesn't make any sense. It's not like I added a bunch, like, did I maybe fuck this deck up somehow? Is that maybe the wrong deck? Is there a possibility that's the wrong deck? Yes, that is not, you shouldn't have. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Is there a Priest of Titania in this pile of cards that huh. I don't know what deck that is, to be truly honest. It may be Dalek's deck. It might accidentally be a copy of Dalek's deck. Well, I mean, It kind of can still work. That needs to be fixed in post, though. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely. I'm a not choose though. Second, second. Is that in the? I haven't the slightest idea what deck that is actually. Not unironically. It may be the Eldrazi deck actually. That might be the Eldrazi deck. I think the monster deck is correct, but the main deck may be the Eldrazi deck accidentally. All right, I have to rejoin. I think there is. Yeah, oopsie doopsies. You can still play that way. There are very strong cards in that. You're gonna unfortunately have to rely on dual lands to cast anything outside of Teamer colors in that deck. If it makes you feel better, all the werewolves are either red or green. So if you're a bad guy, that is. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Raga Draga. It'll be fine if you're the good guy. Yeah. So I'm still 60% loaded. I hope I don't have to tutor anything. Not in the main decks. Maybe. Yep. Can I even move? I can, kind of. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. It, it might be crazy. If I have to tutor anything, I may ask somebody else to do it for me. Yeah. The one setback is having all this shit on the board does kind of make me just crash whenever I have to look into a deck. The other unfortunate thing is resetting also is kind of rely on just resetting the entire game if we play another um which you know we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Yep. Yep. So I drew a card. It is a playable card. It is another card that has um Magecraft on it. That's crazy. My setup can be truly crazy right now. Hmm. So what I'm gonna do here, what I'm gonna do here, do I want to do that though? In hindsight, no. I'm doing more setup. I'm putting a lot of faith in that. Yeah, he do draw. That's what he does. Um, well, that's my turn. Also, needs this Vivid Marsh no longer has any counters on it. Um, and I pass. Surprisingly strong cards for $30. Is it legendary? We do be balling. It's in there. Nope. Would it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if none of these decks had flyers? I think it might. I'll help you out here soon, Biggie. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. With this much mana, what will you do about it? It is. Yeah. Urla can't be in it because he's a lizard, and lizards are scary. Vishnu is scary. It's not a bad choice. The colorless rocks aren't super useful when you're not going to turn into Eldrazi. They're good. They're just not as useful. Yeah. And there are, oh boy, are there expels in that deck. You sure do. By the way, Council 4 triggers for you too. Yep. Chat, I feel like we might be cooked. What triggers first is that you make a. It's got the emblem on the side of the card. Only triggers once per turn, though. Yeah, I'm playing a Storm deck. Yes, it is. I believe it's side. It's on. Of course, there are no lands in the sideboard. Storage, good in big mana spell decks. Yeah, all of the 2-color storages are in that deck. They they fit the theme. It's only one. Yeah. There are storage like rocks in the deck now. There might even be mana batteries. I'm not sure. Yeah. But there's like gemstone array and iceberg. He almost ragged dragon. Yeah. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna tap planes. I'm gonna cycle this Ash Barrens to get a basic. Unlike some people, I have basics of every colors. Sorry. I'm getting a basic mountain. Putting in my hand, but I'm just gonna play it immediately. Okay. So, do I think? No. I gotta help myself a little bit before I help Peggy out. Um, I actually think I could do both this turn. Um, High greedy a little bit, but you could join the second game. Yeah, yeah. The deck. Yep, yep. Oopsie. Um. So yeah, okay. I'm before I'm tempted to just do crazy stuff. I will play. Yeah, I'll play the card that will eventually help greedy out. Sorry, not greedy. Biggie. I'm gonna play a howling golem. He was in my mind. I was thinking about him. So whenever it attacks or blocks, each player draws a card. So I'll be getting you some draws, big. In fact, if you attack it, probably shouldn't attack it, but if you did, um, yeah, it's only 2/3. And bonus round, I'm gonna tap this mountain and I'm going to Faithless Looting. It's my second spell. Your trigger's first. It's gonna be my second draw too, so you might as well do the thing. So I'm gonna have several triggers. The first one I'm gonna trigger is the Quandrix Apprentice. So reveal the top three. If there is a land among them, I'll put it in my hand. Yeah, it's going to the bottom of my library. None of them. Well, can't win them all, can ya? It's true. Okay. Then second trigger, I will just draw a card from Archmage or Empress and draw two, then discard two. So faithful. Um, that's good. That's better. That's like super good. Do I need more lands, to be honest? I probably wouldn't hurt because mana and stuff. I'm gonna put increasing vengeance into the graveyard and Kessig Flame Breather. Yeah, Pinger would be good, but I have good stuff in my hand that I don't want to get rid of. So it's kind of the sitch as you would. I pass. You know, if you attack me with something that won't kill my golem, everybody gets to draw. Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah. And don't you worry, our decks have those too. Would be good. In play, it's just basically the same thing. Cool. Well, now it taps for a lot. Sure. But yeah, I feel like they're doing better than us. Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. Nice. It looks like it might be. Wow. Yep. It's a catch 20 to be sure. Maybe your hand's not all that big. Mm-hmm. I'll block with the goal. Yep, it does. Interesting. Do you have any bonus mana? Like, you can't because they would have drained when you changed phases. Hmm. Got lands? Yep. They they're both lording over each other. But it is a way to merfolk. Oh. Yeah, it's a 3/3 hexproof token. Hot Bell's in the deck. That's a off color you know, well it's recursion. It's my best attempt at putting recursion in a merfolk deck. Yeah, but yeah, but putting stuff, into your hands a little bit better than. Though I suppose if you have enough draw, I should think about that. Yeah, it definitely has enough draw in that deck. Yeah. So in hindsight, I may have just been like, yeah, well, I can put any color in, so might as well put the best stuff. Yes, it's not. Also, Biggie drew two. Well, actually, no. Dalek drew two cards on his turn. Hmm. Yep, including your own. Oh no, yeah, including. Hmm. I think we might know who the problem. Hmm. We're both I might not be a monster, but I'll be on the monsters team. I Mhm. Kenrith, huh? Well, he's not very expensive because he's in the new mystery list. This makes more sense in the original deck it's meant to be in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I really hope that you are not the monster. Let me just check what my role is real quick. Okay. A real monster would start throwing around accusations. So, Gwen, who do you think the monster is? Uh, it would, and I didn't want to say that. It's been in the back of my mind for a while now, and I really didn't really want to manifest that. Um, sure, take your time. Hmm. Cool. Hmm. Yep. Hey, if you attack my golem, you can draw a card. You'll draw two cards actually because of you haven't drawn two cards this turn yet. Cancel four. That's crazy. Hmm. I'll block. Wait a minute. It's a two. It's a 3/3 right now. It taps for mana. Oh yeah, it's a 4/4. Jeez. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Some of them weird. Huh? Surely not. Um, I'm being told that nobody can hear you guys, but it's you. They should be able to hear you guys because the audio source is sourcing. I don't know either. I don't know what to do about that, but then I had that problem last week too. Yeah, I can hear you all. That's strange. I'll have to fix that later because I can't really fix that right now. Um, yeah, board wipes. They exist. Not in hand, no, unfortunately. Um, I can't confirm or deny. Looking at the cards in my hand. Can I do this? I don't think I have the mana for it. Crazy. Thriving More comes in tapped. I'm choosing that it's going to tap for red. Um, let me just uh, take care of this real quick. That is the wrong button. Yep. Yep. It only I can't like there's a theoretical possibility that it could do more, but it not with the setup. So let's see. Yeah, it shouldn't explode me. It would just be yeah. What the heck does this? Interesting, interesting. Okay. That is an interesting card. And it's really good if I knew who the monster was. I can't sort of just play this from the perspective of like let's favor those with the least. Yep. Yep. Um kind of wish I had a blue source because most of the cards in my hand are blue. So I could do this right now. What would I do with it? And do I get to choose? That's the most important thing. I don't think it is, unfortunately. So I don't think it would help as much in this situation as I would like it to. So in that case, I'm going to unfortunately play more setup. Um, this will help next turn. Um, oh wait, no, I need to tap this one and not this one. So this is tapping for blue and no longer has charge counters on. This is tapping for red, and I'm going to play Rel Storm Conduit. It's not. Is there a version of him where he is an otter? Yep. He's got a bunch of abilities. I can scry, which is what I'm gonna do with this turn. He's kind of strange. Okay, I don't. Uh, I'm gonna top that card. All right, moving on. Um, did what is said and done has been said and done. Um, and it's true. He is an otter after all. So what I am going to do is I'm going to attack with my howling golem. Um, so whoever blocks this is the monster. So Gwen, I'm attacking you. No, if it attacks, yeah. Gwen, you must understand that you're kind of like in a position of. So just taking two isn't like the end of the world, you know. Yeah, not even legend. Yep. Everybody draws. This forced me to draw more than it was supposed to. You would draw two cards though, Gwen. Everybody draws one. You draw two. Yeah. So I'm gonna pass. Uh, yeah, badgers are less scary than bears. Few people have been eaten by badgers, but many people have been eaten by bears. Oh, No, they're about equal then. Actually, you're both kind of scary, to be honest. Take your time. Gwen, I think you should attack Dalek. Yes. All the ones that have counters on them have trample. Okay. That's a strange. It's a strange thing for somebody who's not the monster to do. Um. Oh, actually, you're super right. Actually, that's super legitimate. It's super true, but also super like, even if he's the monster, I kind of don't care. Like I super needed that. Yeah, it's an island in addition, right? Or not a replacement. No, it's just an island. It's fine. That's fine if it's just an island. I'm not getting a lot of my white spells. I'm getting a lot of my blue spells. In hindsight, there might not be that many white spells in this deck. Hmm. Though he doesn't have Island Walk on the field right now. So, yep. Okay. Mm. Sure. Hmm. You you don't have infinite mana, but it might as well be, especially if it's green. Not emotionally ready. Welcome back, Tyler. You can do the combo now. You know, if you kill everybody, but you're not the monster, everybody who's not the monster still wins. You can physically do it, theoretically. There's a comet storm in there. So I don't know if comet storm can kill right now. Not quite. Oh, makes 10 angels. Mm-hmm. Huge. I doesn't matter. The mana value of X costs to. That's the CMC of the card, but the mana value when you cast it. They have flying. Okay. Right, 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 right. Yeah, sure. Anything anything else going on there? So true. So true. Right. Um, hmm. Cool. Awesome. You know what? I'm going to feed into the madness of this situation rather than trying to stop it because again, we want our friends. So I'm gonna feed into the craziness of what's going on here. Um, so first things first, I'm gonna tap this. There's gonna be one blue, and there's gonna be colors that don't matter. Just know that one of it's blue. I'm going to turn Rel down one. So the next spell I cast is copied. The next instant or sorcery is copied. I'm going to cast Scissor Split's Judgment. Everybody's my friend. Yeah. Everybody create a copy of a creature you control. Except do it twice because this card is cast twice. Mm-hmm. Cool. Mutant Tribal. As they should be. Um, so other thing, I'm gonna I'm also just gonna do 2 damage to Gwen. It's a Pyrrhic amount of damage. Why do you why do you draw when I shoot you in the face? No, I'm not attacking you. No, I'm shooting you. I still have more triggers just by doing this because I haven't picked the things that I'm copying yet, nor have I. So first thing, Quandrix Apprentice sees that I casted and copied an instant sorcery. So I'm gonna look at the top 6 cards in my library. Um, is it any land or just one? Reveal a land among them. Well, I look at these. I don't reveal them. What am I doing? Uh, just as much. That was the land. So, you back to. I also got an island. That goes to my hand. To the bottom with you, foul beast. Then the extra. So, um, Archmage Emeritus will trigger, so I will draw a card. It's true. This is yes, it does. So go ahead, draw a card. Um, I am going to then, I think, make um 2 copies of Archmage Emeritus. They won't trigger, unfortunately, but I will draw my second card. Third card, actually. No. I cast and copy. I will try my best at drawing or casting another card. It could happen. It could. You know, don't leave me out. I'll play an island. I will tap the island for which of these are better? Uh, this one. I'm going to preordain. Yep. So first things first, I will do that. First things first, though, I will see if there's any lands. There's an Izzet Boiler Works. Goes to my hand. Bottom and bottom. Sorry. Then I will draw 3 cards. And then I will preordain. I will scry 2, then draw a card. It won't matter because I'll be dead before it's really important. That's a funny card. Uh, well, I believe unless if you don't kill Gwen, she will burn us to death. Um, yeah, it seems that way. Cool, cool. I will then attack with Howling Golem. Dalek said he'll take it, so he'll take it. Everybody draws. Cool. And that's that kind of card. Um, I'm gonna put. I'm going to instep putting Expansion Explosion in my graveyard, putting Fanning the Flames into my graveyard, putting Tempt with Mayhem into my graveyard, putting Probably a land now, yeah. Myriad landscape into my graveyard. Gear for Orrery, because it's not doing anybody any favors at this point. Um, mm, Promising Vein. Graveyard. Pass. Oh, this also goes. Only they could kill things on the ground. Hmm. Yep. They have summoning sickness. last turn. It won't be. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And it's any permanent. Yeah. If it says instant on it, right? I think you could have just maybe done fireball and killed all of his creatures. Sure. We'll at least know who the villain is. Yep. Both you and whoever the monster is will get their cards. Was it you, Biggie? Wait, it was you, Gwen? Wait. How, wait, how? Wait, how? Biggie, can you turn your card over? How? There were 4 cards there. How? Wait, both the jokers were on the side? Oh, I screwed up. Okay, we all win. Okay, Doc, you need to restart the board. Well, it won't kill me. It will just force me to reload. Yep. In the interim, I'll go get a drink while the new guests join us. Oh, that reloaded super quickly. Yeah. Let me go get the fix for the werewolf deck real quick. Mm-hmm. One by horse. It should be. They should all be correct except for the werewolf deck. Uh, is Greedy joining us? Classic Greedy. Mhm. Yes. Mhm. Well, the merfolk are not the monsters. It's the ones in the monster deck are the monsters. Oh, yeah. There are no Eldrazi in the main deck. There are no werewolves in the main deck. Mhm. Mhm. Welcome back, Greedy. How are you doing? Nice. Mhm. Yeah, I'm happy to negotiate. Yep. You are slightly incorrect though about what happens if you're eliminated and you're in the monster. If you're eliminated and you're in the monster, you're just eliminated. If you are the monster and another player gets eliminated, then that's when you get the extra 10. But if there are two, they both do it at the same time. I guess I'll use the doppelganger. So, Greedy, if you choose to be blue, you'll be the sea monsters. You'll be playing Merfolk Tribal. Um, you could also switch with somebody if you would prefer to play what they're playing. Mm-hmm. Yep. You'll be doing a lot of blue stuff. So, yep. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, wait. You can. Yes. We have to check our rules first before we do that. If you have the Joker, you are a monster, and if you have the King, you are not a monster. Um, you don't reveal. It won't. The reason I screwed up before is because I accidentally piled two of the Jokers into one pile and the four into the other. With just two. Okay. Yeah, you look in your sideboard. You take them out. Yep. What card is that? By name. Oh, that's in my one of my condex. I'm gonna wait for everybody to finish before I do my sideboard because I have a lot of lag, specifically because everybody's doing these actions. You have the same land situation that it's basically Teamer lands and some duels in the Verdant. I'm so used to being in red. He's a survivor, not greedy. That's why I've always run him. Both. How do you feel about your hand, greedy? It's a lot of blue. I understand. There's a lot of merfolk. I understand. They are. They are very easy to play. I don't. You know. You, the way to play werewolf is you don't play. Yep. Yeah. Each deck is named after the monster cards the deck is named around. I struggled for theming for some of them. Yep. Well, in your deck, there's not. Yep. I have a basic. I'm gonna play this hand, so I'm gonna go. Hmm. Mhm. No, you just had the wrong deck before. Uh, can I ask for a assistance? Did everybody delete their side deck now? Because you don't need them for the rest of the game. Yep. Yes. Well, if you got rid of it, it would very obviously make it you not monster, and that would invalidate the game. Um, so that does have to stay there. Then you just exile your deck. Yeah, that's a very bold move. Hot. Let's see how it goes. Mhm. You could probably also delete the. Those are the rules. Yep. That's more future proofing. No, the vampires may have life gain, but not done. Yeah, if you're the monster, at the end of your turn, you can just choose to reveal that you're the monster. Cool. You could just choose to kill him for that. They're dex reason. I think most of them do. This land is also going to tap for blue, and I'm going to pass. Doing my best. Hmm. In disguise. Half slime. I should also tap for blue, given the theme. I can't. It fits the Eldrazi deck. Yep. I did Chaos Warp in my hand the entire game. I was thinking about it, then you started going off, and I was like, I don't know what to do. You could, but I wasn't sure if it was a monster. Turned out it was nobody. Yeah, mistakes were made. I put mistake on the stack. I pass. Deck. Those two lands cover like 90% of cards in your deck for color fixing. The werewolf deck would love Fungal Reaches. It doesn't have one. It doesn't need one. Nice. Those boots are made for non-basic land blocking. They'll do. Let's see what this card. Yeah, my ping is rough. I will not lie. Yeah, that's a very strong card for all you'd have. It's a legendary otter, actually. She doesn't want. Yeah, I'm in hell. Fertility. This is Elemental. There, there are Garuk decks in this pod. There is a version of Lords of Beast, and he was cursed. I'm not. I could forget some lands at some point, though. I'd like to do that for myself first. Well, well, he's dangerous. It's good. There were no removal in the previous game. You'll find him. Which is 0. Morning was pretty good. The vampire deck. The the vampire deck is a human tribal deck. Mm-hmm. It's pretty fair league. Hey, Grant. Mm-hmm. Yep. She gets up playing. She's the monster. Okay. Just a deal spec. Okay. It's crazy that this one deck has the strongest attacker in the field right now. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. He's gonna cast an auto on all returns. I've done some funny things with that otter before. Um, and when not intended. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap a colorless and a green to remove a counter from my fertility. And I will search my library for basic land put intact. I kind of need it because I don't have any. I'm not getting lands right now. It's crazy. I want to get a swamp. Yeah, there's some, good old you can blame. Hey, not the colors are not inherently good or evil, as Magic has proven. Well, I'm sure I shouldn't use meta information. That's true. I know why as well. Hmm? I mean, the more lands Greedy has, the stronger his deck is. Yeah, a monster would think for itself, not for the good of the all. Hmm. Well, I don't have none of those. Yeah, I just choose not to play him. Doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Just means that he can hit you. I mean, he can't that he has cards to play. He didn't choose the cards. Hmm. I kind of hope. I really hope. Mm-hmm. Draw two, discard. She chooses a card you like. She's the monster. Hey. Yep. So rewrite it. Wow. We all know what you meant. Don't worry, Wolf. You just continue not to pay attention. You put all creatures, by the way, not just one. Understandable. Mhm. I'll just watch this happen. Yeah, at the end of the day, I have an open document. I just I apologize. Put the next to the health bar. Brainworms? That has it. Hmm. That's not a bad one. I'm paying 3 manas. I'm gonna play Immaculate Magistrates. It has tap a 1/1 counter on target creature you control for each elf you control. It's just one elf, don't worry about it. Just one. It's just a single elf. I'm just doing this to make my Furlid, to do Furlid stuff. Pass. So it's all you now, Greedy. I have too much lag in my life to look at things like that. You didn't have to post that. It's too late to take it back. I have to still live with it now. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm just making fun of Loki because I can. Mentor? That's a strong one. Yep. Just the one. It'd be funny if Sunny Brook Banner was the only Merfolk wizard. Don't worry, that's not in any of these. No. Too expensive. Probably. Yeah, that would be way too much. I think the most expensive card in any of these decks is in the Sea Monster deck, and it's like $12. No, I don't even think Hull Breacher is in that deck. Um, it, nope. The card is the Tribal Kraken. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. Anything else, Biggie? Nice. Hmm. Sure. Unless somebody has a response. Okay. Yeah, you can count yourself. I feel like lands make a lot more sense in some decks, though. Yeah. Yeah. Let's cool down. I will hold priority. I will hold priority. Will let you get any land? Oh. Not that I know that's any land. Let me check. No. Hmm. I'm gonna check real quick. I will. I will. Yes, I shall. I'm going to ask Wolfie if he will look through my deck and find my uh blighted woodland. Could you get me my blighted woodland? Because if I open that up, I will crash. Okay. I think there's a Simic growth pool in there. You do that thing. But you can't. I cannot see mine either. Nobody else can. You just you can judge like what your paint to everybody else is by looking what everybody else is. Since everybody else for me is like in the hundreds, that means my connection to everybody else is not very good. It's a high hundreds too. Yep. Yep. And last but not least, Dig. Do you want to? We are basically just now relying on like good faith that Dalek is not a monster. Because if he is, we have set him up. It would be a big yeah yeah nice cosmic war. Yeah. Hey, they're neutral. Did she become cool near the end? Okay. I think Tron might have been in your deck by the way, Dalek. Is it not? Oh, it is. That's what it is. Hmm. He fast. They should have given something like that to Sonic. There's tons of Sonic racing games. He's gotta go fast. I put it on my Uma Mace make cards. Oh, very good. We can change that. Mhm. Yeah, I the only reason I grabbed a land is because I noticed everybody else was doing it. So I was like, wow, we putting a lot of faith in Dalek here. So yeah. Well, there's diminishing returns for not jumping off this cliff. Yeah. Sure, I want to be one of the people who don't. Yeah. Yep. Well, I do lose my micro mastery. Nope, you can't. You're forced to choose that one. This new broke. Yeah. So By the way, Biggie, are you there? I don't think he is. Yeah, Biggie or General got one up.